Hey y'all, welcome back to Expectations Unknown. I am your host, Desiree. I realize I never have done an official intro, but welcome. Um, if you like the content, please like and subscribe. That would be awesome. So let's get into it. We are here to talk about Reasonable Doubt, season 3. I missed last week's episode. So we're gonna do season 3, episode 7 and 8 recap. Just real quick. So starting with episode 7. Episode 7 was heavy. Um, episode 7 was very heavy. Um, Really quick, Jax and her mama did not get the support and help that they should have gotten. Jax has a lot of, has a lot of trauma that she suppressed for a very long time, and with that, I think who she is now, like the woman that she is now, the woman, the wife, the friend, uh, the mother, I think it makes sense. I used to think Jess was like super hard and just very super detached from like emotion and just like awareness, but it's how she had to be. Like so much was taken from her in the innocence that a child is supposed to have. Um I do low key though. I feel like it's probably a bit premature, but I feel like it would be dope if Jax and Bill started a firm together. I think that would be dope because we already know the partners have it out for Jax. But if Bill doesn't fall in line and do and like I guess sabotage Jax or give them just cause as to why they need to part ways with Jax, I feel like they're going to come after. Excuse me, they're going to come after him next. So I think it would be dope if they started their own firm. Um, for Lou to give Eddie power of attorney is crazy. Like when I tell you Lou is the type of woman that she is gonna hold you down, probably like in the most toxic way possible. Ain't no way this man that has been in and out of your life comes back in and gets to be power of attorney. It's also no way that this man that has been in and out of your life knows about your cancer diagnosis before your child does. Like that is I also don't feel like Eddie is apologetic enough. I feel like maybe he's forgiven himself, but I feel like he still needs to apologize uh a lot more to Jax. But again, that's my personal opinion. Um Bill and Sally, ew. That's all I have to say about that. Daniel and Kristen is a disaster waiting to happen. Both of them are sneaky. Both of them are manipulative. Granted, that's Daniel's job, but it's also Kristen's job. They are two sides to the same coin. But yeah, it's going to be disastrous for everyone involved. Like for real, for real. I'm glad that Mama Lou made it out of surgery all right. I'm glad that everyone had like kind of like a chance to powwow. I'm even happy that Jackson Lewis took the time to talk to the kids about what was going on. I think that is very, very important. Um, I do have a question though. Did Kristen know that Alex was just going to go talk to another publisher, or did Kristen know that Alex was going to go talk to Daniel? What do you think? I think that she thought he was just going to go talk to another publisher. I don't think she knew it was Daniel. But then again, she could have. And we find out at the end of the episode, someone has beat Alex's tail. Alex is gone. Alex is no more. So whatever tape that Alex had going on, good luck, because Alex is gone. But yeah, that was the end of episode 7. Now let's get into episode 8. I'm fresh off of watching episode 8. Speechless. I literally had to stop and rewind so many parts of this episode so many times. Opening scene, pause. First off, Lewis shadowboxing. Whoever idea was for that to happen, thank you very much for those visuals. Rosie. Was it Rosie and Kristen? Or just Rosie? Because at this point, I don't know how much Kristen is actually involved and how much is really just like she's following orders in a sense. Rosie is behind the stomping in of Alex in his face. Wow. Just wow. I knew she had something to do with it because I feel like she's been a little too quiet during this season, but I didn't realize like she was that much of a savage. Like that is crazy. I also I need to Ozzy the character, and again, I know this is a fictional show, so I know these aren't real people, but I guess like some of the passion you may hear in my voice from time to time stems from knowing these kind of situations happen in real life to real people. With that being said, Ozzy is being manipulated by everyone. Everyone is manipulating Ozzy. So Ozzy's crash outs, Ozzy's incapability of being a stable, sane person, it's not his fault. It's really not his fault. Everyone in Ozzy's life is playing him like a fiddle. And that is so sad. That is so unfortunate. Like, nobody is like really worried about him. They're worried about making sure his image is protected so that he can keep bankrolling their lives. Again, fictional, cool, whatever. Entertaining to watch, but understanding that things like this happen every day to real people is absolutely insane. Like you're a terrible, horrible person for doing that. Ozzy also needs hugs and therapy. Anybody else mind was blown, but also not really, whenever Rosie got up on the stand and said that the video, the sex tape, was Wendy and Sal, Ozzy's dad. Like, that is wild. Like, you didn't want that man to be with that lady so much that, again, manipulation, you try to do everything in your power to pull them apart. That is, and the reason you were doing it wasn't out of like genuine care, concern, and love. It was simply because you knew that if Ozzy married Wendy, that you guys, Kristen, Rosie and Sal, and probably other people as well, y'all wouldn't be able to easily manipulate and control him because he was his own man. He was coming into being his own person. So that's absolutely certifiably insane that you would do that when you see someone getting close to happiness and independence. Um Again, the mom, Rosie, savage. She don't care about nobody. She also doesn't include anybody in her plan. Ozzy's mom, Rosie, this lady just does any random thing it is that she wants to do and then flips it and somehow plays victim afterwards. Like, that's probably where Ozzy got his acting skills from, because this lady is mm, 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 mm. I keep glancing down at my notes because I've had to start taking notes because it's so many things that happen. Some things, I don't feel like anything is insignificant, but I'd literally be here all day if I talked about scene by scene by scene by scene of these episodes, because there's always so much going on, and chances are I'm probably going to forget to mention some things after I post this, but it's fine. We can talk about it in the comments. I appreciate you. Thank you so very much. Ozzy's scene in the parking lot after his mom took the stand. I know Jax has a lot on her plate right now, so taking on the responsibility of anyone else is a lot. But she knew that whenever she was dealing with Ozzy in the first place. However, if his scene in the parking lot, his complete breakdown after realizing he can't trust anyone around him, including his own family, wasn't a cry for help, I don't know what was. This man went to her house, had dinner, excused himself, went to go steal some of Mama Lou's oxy, and then hands it to Jax in a balled up tissue like a little kid on the way out. Like, that proves to me even more, it's really not Ozzy. Like, people keep putting Ozzy in like fucked up situations, and he doesn't have the capacity to deal with them as an adult. But good job, Ozzy, for giving the drugs back. You should never took them, but good job for giving it back. The tape is fake, y'all. The tape of Wendy and Sal is fake. You know who that is a real tape of? That is a real tape of Sal and his other mistress, Vanessa. Rosie paid Alex to dub Wendy's face in the video to show Ozzy so that he would lose his shit. Again, how terrible of a person do you have to be that you are going to use the Smex tape that was recorded of your husband and his mistress, and then you are going to dub the mistress face, Vanessa, whatever, dub like Wendy's face over Vanessa's, and then show it to Ozzy, or try to show it to Ozzy? How broken do you really want that man to be? That is wild. I'm sorry, Ozzy, but back to Jack's life. Who the fuck is the secret sister? Also, I'm very disappointed that that's like the big grand reveal secret that Eddie was keeping this whole time. Anticlimactic for sure. But who is this little girl? She's a whole adult. She's 30. But who is this little girl? And what plan does she and Eddie have that she's expecting Eddie to get money from Jax to give to her? Jax, girl, you should have left Eddie where he was. Lewis, thank you for admitting that you were wrong, but you, my guy, you gotta stop finding out stuff that is going to be detrimental to Jack's life and then not tell her about it. Like, you're a good guy, Lewis, but you be doing some weird stuff, and I need you to stop it. If you're supposed to be her husband, her protector, all that other kind of stuff, you sure let her catch a lot of strays, and I don't like that. I don't like that at all. And again, back to Rosie. Rosie, after Ozzy's tantrum at the table, can we real quick, can we acknowledge Ozzy's tantrum at the table? This man said, this man said, tell me what's going on or I'm going to scream. I'm thinking he going to let out like a little yell, just like a little frustration. This man proceeds to have a full-on toddler tantrum, which is even more reason that Ozzy needs to be in professional help. Like, I know it's excessive, but Ozzy needs like 24/7 therapy until he can get regulated and his brain can catch up to where it's supposed to catch up. Ozzy needs supervision at all times, and not with the people that he's currently with. Ozzy needs outside supervision at all times, because for his mother, so at their dinner table, it comes out that the tape is fake. Comes out that yes, it is Sal in the video, but it's not Sal and Wendy. It's Sal and Vanessa. And Alex was paid by Rosie to dub Wendy's face over it, right? After Rosie decides she doesn't want to talk anymore, so she gets up and Sal goes with her, which, by the way, what does she have on Sal? Because ain't no way that man is supposed to be following her like the puppy dog that he is, because that is, no, absolutely not. But this woman calls Jax and tells Jax, I think Ozzy could have done it because I'm starting to see things that I was ignoring the first time. Everybody is playing at this point. I know I skipped Kristen and Daniel finding out sneaky stuff about each other, which Kristen, right? Devil's advocate. Let's say Kristen really does like Daniel, right? Why would you purposely like an investigator and not think for a moment that they would investigate you, especially since your brother is on trial for murder and he works for your brother's attorney? Logically, it's not adding up. Doesn't make sense. Daniel, you smooth, my guy, but how smooth do you really think you are in order to essentially pull this girl in and use her and then think that a release would be super easy? Now y'all sitting up here lying to each other, talking about y'all love each other now. Disaster. It's going to be disastrous. It's going to be an epic explosion of chaos all over the place. And just real quick, Chris trying to take Sally for everything she got. Don't hate me, but it's kind of Sally's fault. It's kind of Sally's fault, because Sally put their house up for Chanel in season 2 after Chris said he didn't want to do it. And then Chanel went on a run. So it caused them to lose all of their everything. Why would Chris not be mad about that? Come on, Sally. I need you to think. That, but Chris now trying to take her for everything she got, not 100% mad at him. Like, it's crazy. It's messed up. Because he was playing on her top for a while as well. She thought that they was going to work to try to have their family dynamic back, that they was going to work on their marriage, husband and wife. But Jax warned her, you can't do that. And now she is figuring out the hard way. No, you can't do that. Yeah, there's so much happening. This is such a good show. Like, it is really, really a good show. But anyway, thank you guys for joining me. If you watched the video the whole way through, again, tell me your thoughts. Leave some comments down below. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. Much appreciated. Thank you so much. See you next time.